Hey guys, it's Jaleesa Jaikaran. I'm a makeup artist and beauty writer living in New York City. So today we are talking about my top 10 MAC products. I had a really good friend of mine, Amanda, ask me what are my top 10 MAC products. And it's crazy because even though I have a lot of brands, I have a lot of MAC. So for me, I had to stop and think about that because she was like, okay, you just tell me what those top 10 things are and I'm gonna get it because she's coming to New York. And it really struck me because, you know, when you have to condense your kit, you know, when you kind of shift into different brands, you kind of have to pinpoint what are your must-haves and what are the things you absolutely, you know, want or need in your kit or in your personal makeup stash from a particular brand. Like, okay, you know, I like this from Makeup Forever, I like that from MAC, I like this from NARS. And without further ado, let's get started. So there's two disclaimers for this video. One, don't expect to find any lipsticks, any blushes in this video because I feel like MAC does those things great and we know they do them great. And while I do have my favorites, I want you to actually, you know, find out what in terms of more product. Lipsticks, blushes, they're great, but we're gonna talk about the real deal. And then to keep this video very short and sweet, I'm going to tell you what the product is, how I use it, and why I like it. So let's get started. So first things first, I want to talk about face and body foundation. And how I use this is I would use it by itself sometimes if I want a very natural finish. You guys know me and my natural face, even though it may not look all natural now, but I want my skin to look like skin. So I might use my face and body all over, and then I would put like Prolongwear or concealer or even like a Studio Fix foundation in the center of the face, so it gives the skin a very dewy finish, but I'm not very matte in the center. And it's a foundation found a lot backstage. You know, models that have that very dewy finish, they use, most of the times they would use lots of different brands, but Face and Body is great for achieving that very dewy look on the skin, and of course using something more matte in the center. I would also use this as a mixing medium. And what a mixing medium basically means, for those of you who don't know, so let's say I have Face and Body and I have Studio Fix, and I think, okay, this Studio Fix is a little bit too heavy right now. I want it to be a little lighter. Whatever, I might want to alter the shade. I would use this because it's thin enough to mix into it, to still keep it light, keep it fresh, and kind of thin out the formula a little bit, that it's not as heavy. So that is exactly why I like this, because it's very versatile. You can use it straight onto the face, especially for like photo shoots. If you somebody that has, like, you know, just wants like a very light coverage, you can use this in conjunction with foundation, maybe in the center or where they may need it. And I love this foundation, hence the reason why I bought this big one, because no matter what I wear, no matter what foundation I wear, sometimes I will always pop this into it because sometimes things are too red. They're just too red. And this is C7, by the way. This has a tone that kind of gives me exactly what I want. So whatever your skin color is, you might find a shade, whether it's C2, C3, that might just give whatever foundation you already love that extra to make it exactly what you want. Another great use for Face and Body foundation, hence the name, is that it can be used on the body. So it could be used on the legs, on the arms, on the hands, to take away redness for like photo shoots. I've used this on my legs before, and I've used it on models' legs, and once this thing dries, it is water resistant. It is not going anywhere, which is what I love about it as well, and it washes off pretty easily. Next is Mineralize Skin Finish, and if you don't know, there's a new packaging. It comes with a compact mirror, but I'm pretty stocked up on the old packaging right now. Basically what this is, it is a dome shaped powder. As you can see there, it is baked, and I like this because the consistency of it is very thin. It's not a heavy powder at all. And how I use this, I use it to set my makeup. I would use this over my foundation. I would use maybe 1 or 2 colors, and I also use it for contouring. It gives a very natural contour, especially when you use it like a fluffy brush. It looks really natural, very soft and not too defined. I would say that this is definite. Right before I made this video, I decided to like count all of the mineralized skin finishes that I have, and I have a little over 30, and this is in conjunction with like the colored mineralized skin finish like blonde, and those I love too. This is why I'm saying mineralized skin finish as a whole, because I love like cheeky bronze, golden bronze, all those highlighters. Let me get one. All those highlighters are really good highlighters. So this would be one of them. This is blonde, and this is one of the extra dimension skin finish. So these blend into the skin really beautifully. Next up, what's next? Pearlglide pencils. Who here hasn't tried Pearlglide? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Let me see you. Okay. Pearlglide pencils are absolutely amazing. I love Pearlglide. Pencils, and the reason why, I mean, they are very glittery, okay, big deal, but they just look beautiful. So my kind of everyday look would be very neutral eye, some colored liner on the waterline or lower lash line, and a nice nude lip or pink lip or whatever color, and that would be it. Like, I could do that every day. But Pearlglide's kind of helped me out with that. One of my favorite colors is Undercurrent, and I'm gonna give you a little swatch right here. This one is Designer Purple. So why I like this pencil, so that is what it looks like. So this is what it looks like, and then you can use this and create like a smoky eye, because the way that the pencil smudges is adorable. It's beautiful. And they come in a lot of different colors. There's purple, there's blue, there's brown, there's black, there's green, and there's like an olive color. So you have a lot of options, and I love it because they're honestly just beautiful. It's a pencil that's done well. I would say the only downside to it is that if it's left uncovered for too long, just throw it in the garbage or back to market or something, because you don't want to get this pencil dry. But other than that, like, this is one of the best pencils that MAC does. And talking about pencils, Smolder. Smolder is a color that everybody knows. They get Smolder, and the misconception is that even though Smolder is a great pencil, that doesn't mean it's the pencil for you. Because if you tend to just wear pencil and that's it, you really have powder under your eyes, you don't really have anything, it may run. It's an eye kohl, and eye kohls are softer pencils, but I still love it. Like, I would still use this over anything. Like, if I'm not using my, you know, Makeup Forever Aqua Black, I put Smolder all the time, and I like it because the color payoff on Smolder is that I don't need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could just do whoop, whoop, and I get my color and it is on there. And I like this because it's versatile. It can be used for smoky eye, it can be used for just lining the eye. Like, I love this pencil, and I mean, it's a black pencil, so if I just want to create a thin line and a like a daytime smoky, or if I want to like a blown out eye, this pencil is soft enough to give me what I want. And we're still on the topic of pencils. Another one of my favorite MAC products would be Chromagraphic pencils, and I just grabbed these two because, again, these are from the Pro Store, so you won't be able to find it in regular MAC stores, but you can go on to MAC on the website in the Pro Products category. And I love these pencils because, again, there's nothing like this in the regular MAC store, and these are so pigmented, that you can do, oh, you could do a lot with this. Please check out this blue. That is high def cyan. I mean, I don't think I need to explain that anymore. And then they do these pencils. This one is NW25/NC30, and you can do a lot with this. This is what I used in my last tutorial, and I'll leave the link below for that, because sometimes you want that white, you want to have, like, you know, under the eyes lighter, but you don't want to use white, and they do a lot of different colors in these. So if you don't want the NW25, there's darker ones for darker skin tones, and then there's lighter ones as well. So next up we have MAC's Prolongwear concealer, and I use this as an under eye concealer. I mix NC45 and NC50, and it does exactly what I wanted to do. Once I blend it, it lasts. The way that it sets, I usually would set it with like a Mineralize skin finish or a select shea powder. It sets and it does not move. So, you know, sometimes you might get the creasing. I mean, sometimes others might find they might get creasing with this according to what, you know, what your skin does. But for me, it lasts very, very long. And another reason why I like it is that it is versatile. It's a liquid concealer, but what you can do sometimes is mix a little bit of moisturizer with it and use it all over the face. So if somebody has, you know, very, very oily skin and you're caught in a predicament and you only have this Prolongwear concealer, you can mix a little bit of moisturizer, mix a little bit of like a moisturizing primer with it, you know, thin it down, and it goes onto the skin so beautifully, and it's not heavy at all once you mix enough moisturizer with it. Alright guys, so next we have MAC Matte, and MAC Matte looks like this. It is a clear gel. It is used as a primer, and I use this as a primer. I would generally use it more in the T-zone than all over, unless the person is very, very oily. To be honest, I hardly use it on me, but when I do, I loved it. I have seen this a lot backstage as well, used for models so as they get really, really shiny. And what's good about this product is that you can dab it onto the skin even after the makeup is applied. And I think I'm gonna try it. Let's see if this works, guys. I don't have much oil going on here, but let's see if it messes me up. Okay, there it is. Oh beautiful. It feels very silky. It is so silky. That in no way messed up my makeup, and it was a good bit. Impressive, very impressive, don't you think? Very impressive, because I did not plan on doing that. Did not. And while we are on primers, we are going to talk about MAC mixing mediums. And as I was explaining before, I use Face and Body as a mixing medium. MAC has products that are actually in a mixing medium category. So there are things like mixing medium eyeliner, mixing medium shine. Is it? Yes. Mixing medium shine, mixing medium matte, mixing medium. There's a lot of different ones. So I have here mixing medium shine, and then I have mixing medium matte, and then I have mixing medium eyeliner. And I would say for my favorites, I would pick out the mixing medium eyeliner, and I like the mixing medium shine, but I would usually use this more professional, not on my everyday makeup. I would use it more for like photo shoots. I use it during fashion week, so we leave that one out. But this one, let's talk about this one. If you have pigments, if you have an eyeshadow that you love that's, you know, soft enough, you can mix a little bit of this and make an eyeliner. So you might like that Sea and Sky duo from like 10 years ago, and you just don't want to put that whole thing on your eye. And while it's a mineralized eyeshadow and you can apply it with a liner and wet the brush, all of that, you can make this thing super waterproof by just applying a little bit of this. So it is like a gel. Let me squeeze some out and show you. So that's it right there. It's like a gel, right? And you can mix anything into it. Obviously you would need very little. And there's also another use for this product that I didn't even expect that I could use it for that, and I love it even more than what I'm supposed to be using, and I'm not gonna tell you because I'm gonna make a video on it. I'm gonna make a video on it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make a video about it and you'll find out, because I have it written down. I have that as one of my videos. So I can't tell you. Can't tell you. You have to subscribe and you have to keep watching. I can't. Next. Next we have MAC's Fast Response Eye Cream. And you know, eye creams could get super gimmicky, like, you know, oh, you know, use this, and you get confused. There's so many products on the market. What do I use? Do I use MAC? Do I use this brand? Do I use... But I think MAC has done a fantastic job with this eye cream, and the way that I use it personally. Right now I'm using a Dior product, but I would use this religiously at night before I go to bed and before I put my makeup on, and I really like it because it has caffeine in it, and if you don't know, caffeine tightens the blood capillaries under the eye. So if you're like me and you get a little bit of puffiness under the eye, this product is fantastic. It's almost it dries matte as well, so you just need a tiny little bit. And let me squeeze some on my hand. So that is what it looks like, and once you blend that in, you see how you get that smooth, very satiny, it's almost disappeared. If you can compare it to the mixing medium that's, you know, very shiny, this has completely disappeared, almost like what the MAC matte did to my forehead. And last but not least are the MAC Pro palettes. Now I don't have the palettes with the 6, but it's something that I do intend to get because I had a lot of Studio Finish concealers, you know, separately, and I also made this little bad boy at the Pro store. So I don't necessarily need the concealer palettes right now, but I am gonna get it because there's one shade in particular that I want to get. But basically what it is a palette with 6 colors in it, 6 Studio Finish colors. You have, I believe it's 1 or 2 color correcting. So when I say color correcting, I mean something like this. You get like an orange, a yellow, or something peachy, and then you get the rest of colors in concealers. And while you may not necessarily need all those, it's good for the woman that's, you know, on the cusp. You're not quite a professional, you're not, you know, a beginner, or, you know, you kind of need all of that because you might have a spot, you may need to mix a little concealer, and it gets hard for some people sometimes because you don't want to have 6 concealers and then you can't find this one, and you need to mix this one because under your eyes are darker, and then you want to have one product that does the job. And I like it because it's size, it's not big at all. It's great for your kids, like it's great for your kid. Even if you get all of them, they're not picking up a lot of room. And it is generally a very, very good product. I mean, Studio Finish is a cream concealer, and that means that it's highly concentrated, so that means it's very pliable. You can mix that up, you can make it thin, you can leave it full coverage, and that is always a good quality because it's gonna do what you want it to do. And that's it.